What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, and welcome to this update video! Woo! This is like the 10 trillionth time, not really, this is like only like the third time, that I've had to redo this intro, this update video is just going to be not very long, ideally, hopefully, we'll see and edit, but, with this update video, I was thinking about, I wanted to reiterate everything that was going on in March. I made a little quick update video a couple weeks ago explaining the situation going on while I wasn't uploading recently, and also explain some other stuff as well, what's going to be happening this month in particular, and some ideas that I had, and yeah. So, I think I'm going to leave timestamps in the description below, so if there's a section that you really want to hear about, be sure to check out the description. So, I guess let's get started. This is not scripted. I probably should have scripted this a bit more, but you know what? It's fine! So, okay. First thing! So, if you guys saw my update video a couple weeks ago, it was like 5 minutes long. It was a really short video. I explained in the video that I had a ton on my plate. I had several performances that I was preparing for, and I had a boku ton of rehearsals. And there's also something else that I'll go into detail in a few minutes that I was dealing with that was just, I could not focus on YouTube at all. Like, I couldn't live stream, I couldn't do YouTube videos because of how much I had on my plate. And I was not exaggerating. I had a ton on my plate. To give you guys an example of several examples of what I had, what I was dealing with in March. There was the first week of March, I literally had rehearsals every single day. Like, we didn't even have Sunday off. We rehearsed Saturday to Saturday. It was insane. Rehearsals took up all day, and I had classes in the afternoon when there wasn't rehearsals. And so I was dancing literally all day. And in the pieces that we were rehearsing at the time, I was in quite a bit of both of those pieces. So I was learning a ton of choreography. And we only had like one day off for the next week, rehearsals, which was like 6 days again. I only had a couple days completely off, which I needed to recharge, because of how intense those days, every other rehearsal day was. And I only had like an hour to 2 hours to eat and to relax a little bit before I had to go to classes again, and rehearsals. And I needed that time to just recharge, to mentally recharge, get energy back, and to physically make sure everything was okay with my body, make sure that I wasn't going to, overwork myself, make sure I wasn't getting ready to like injure myself. All in all, it was a very intense, experience for me, and I never really had to deal with that much on my plate before. This year was like this month was the first time that I really had a lot this much on my plate. So I wanted to make sure I performed well. I wanted to make sure that I made the school proud. I wanted to make sure that I was proud of myself. And so that's the big reason why I couldn't focus on YouTube during that time. And like the performance week in and of itself was just really intense because I was in two shows. One was called Peter and the Wolf, where we performed for multiple schools in the district, in the area, and we performed for them just to kind of get them invested in the arts of dance and music, and it's a really fun experience for sure. I love being a part of the show. It's always a fantastic time. I feel like I did really well, especially the last couple performances. I did really well, and it's always a fun experience for me. But of course, those were early in the morning so that the kids could, come from school, because it was like a school field trip kind of thing for them. And so I would have to get up at like 5:45 in the morning to get to the theater on time to perform. Because with dance, you don't just go and perform. You have to warm up. You have to take a ton of time to warm up. You have to apply the stage makeup, the costumes ready, and everything like that. So, which takes up a couple of hours. And then on those nights, I would have rehearsal for the show that weekend, which was #CollectiveWorks, which was the show that I was a huge part of. It was a really huge show for me, because it really kind of started separating myself from student to professional. Because right now I'm kind of in the middle stage of that transition. I'm not a professional yet by any means, really. Well, I'm not a professional dancer in that I get paid yet, but I'm also more than a student because of everything that I do with the company. And so this performance really helped me a lot in terms of separating myself even more from becoming from turning from a student into a professional. So there was a lot riding on me for this performance, and again, I feel like I did amazing in this performance, and it was a very a huge experience for me, which I thank Valley Spartanburg for. Yeah, so I just had a ton on my plate during that time. And on top of that, I was also performing with a different school, with a little production that I actually performed in last night. It was not the same school, obviously, that I'm a part of, but it was another huge moment for me because it was the second time I actually got paid for dancing, and it was a fantastic experience. I loved working with the studio and the school. I was talking with them. They loved my performance. They were talking to me about me coming back to perform for them again, which is another huge thing for me that I'm really excited about for the future. I also had rehearsals up at that school, which was quite a ways far from my original school. So like on Fridays, I would go from my school, Valley Spartanburg, drive like 50 minutes to the other school to do rehearsals there. And there's one day I got stuck in traffic and it was like an hour and a half before I got there. But also, you know, just I had to find costumes and just everything involved with that took up a ton of time as well. So all those performances combined really was a lot. It was a lot, and so, you know, you guys get the picture. And now, during like the middle of March, during the long rehearsal times, I got an email from the American Ballet Theater saying that I got into their New York intensive, their 5-week New York intensive. For those of you who don't know, which I'm assuming is a lot of you since this is a gaming channel, American Ballet Theater, aka ABT, is one of the 3 biggest companies in the US. And literally thousands of people all over the world audition for this school. And like the fact that I got in, and not only that, I got in with half tuition scholarship as well, is huge. It is monumental in my dance career as of right now. It's not really a career yet, but it's my training. And, you know, summer intensives they're typically about 5 weeks long. It's where dancers can go to schools to, you know, train and to get even better and to have even more experiences and to also get their name out to the schools, you know, so the schools can be like, oh, I like this person. Let's talk with this person a little bit more. Maybe they'll want to go there year round. In particular with the older dancers, not necessarily the younger ones, but the older ones. So the fact that I got into literally one of the biggest schools out of thousands, only a couple hundred get into this school, and like since I got in out of thousands, that's huge. It's amazing. And like there's a part of me that like still can't believe that I got into this school, you know, because dancing in New York has always been a dream of mine, just performing in New York, where ABT is, and whether it was on Broadway or New York City Ballet or American Ballet Theater. So the fact that I got into American Ballet Theater Summer Intensive is mind-boggling to me. So during that time, ABT does something unusual in that it doesn't offer housing, but it like gives you several places to look into that have housing options nearby the school. And so there were a ton of places that I had to look through, and my parents helped me out with it as well. That took a lot of time. That took what little free time I had, pretty much. That literally took what little free time I had to, you know, look at housing options and to see where, you know, would be the best place for me to stay. We found a place that's close by, only about a half mile away. You know, it's take about 15 minutes to walk to the studio and back. I'd have a private room area. It's part of an apartments complex, and it is just it looks really nice, and I feel really confident about it. But it took a lot of time to finally find that place. So that's another reason why it took me forever to upload videos and stuff. So yeah. Now again, like I said in the other video, I very sincerely apologize that I wasn't able to let you guys know sooner what was going on because of how busy I was. I kept thinking to myself, oh, I'm gonna upload this video by this time, it's gonna be great, you know, this will be fine, you know, but it just, I couldn't, I had to keep putting it off because, again, of my crazy schedule. And it got to the point where I was finally like, okay, I have to upload just something, just no editing, just upload something, you know, just to explain what was going on, and at least in a little bit of detail. And that, again, I apologize that it's not even until now where I've been able to fully detail you guys about what's been going on with my life recently, because, again, this past month has been huge for me. The fact that I got into ABT, the fact that I had my second paid job, in terms of dancing, at least. The monumental performance I had at my school, helping me transition from student to professional, which is, you know, again, it's everything. Just this past several weeks have been huge steps in my life and my career, and that's why I had to put YouTube on the side. But that's no excuse for me, you know, not letting you guys know sooner what was going on. I came up with an idea that will hopefully help prevent this from happening again, or at least, you know, this extreme from happening again. So, yeah. Basically, my idea was that I would start making monthly update videos like this one. So, like the April monthly update video, where I explain, you know, what's my schedule's going to be like, as far as I know at that time, and just kind of explain what's, you know, coming up for me in terms of dance. And that'll hopefully prevent what happened last month from happening again in terms of letting you guys know what's going on in my life. So, to start off, April. I'm actually on spring break. Today's my first official day on spring break. However, I'm still going to be really busy, actually, because I'm going to be seeing my grandma. I'm going camping one week, and I'm going fishing, spending time with the family, which I didn't have time at all to do last month. I'm still not going to have a lot of time to edit videos, but I definitely will have more time to edit videos, and definitely have more time to, hopefully, crossing my fingers, live stream. But then after that, there's 2 weeks in particular after that, where it's going to be back to being an extremely busy schedule. Not as busy as last month, but it's still going to be really busy for me because I have several outreach performances that I'm doing with the company, as well as another show coming up. It'll be the final show that the company does this season, but you know, I gotta make sure it ends off with a bang. And I'm still gonna be really busy rehearsing the company, and of course, you know, taking afternoon classes as well. So I'm still gonna be busy, but not as busy. So hopefully, videos will be at least a little bit more consistent than they were last month. And with live streaming, I don't know when I'll be able to live stream during that time. I'm just taking it as it comes, I'm taking it how I feel, and it's pretty much going to be daily, you know, am I up for it, am I not up for it, because live streaming does take a lot. It takes a lot out of my night, first off, and also it takes a lot of energy for me, you know, to keep interacting with the chat, and like keeping entertaining for an hour, like several hours sometimes. And so, you know, sometimes I just don't feel up for it. So that's what my plan is for April. And then, like, the end of April should be a much easier time for me to upload videos and to live stream, because I think by the last week of April, I should only have afternoon classes to worry about, because the company will have finished their season by then. So, cross fingers, hopefully I'll have a lot more time to do YouTube, which is, of course, something I really want to focus on, as well as dance, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that'll do it for this video. So, if you guys watched through the end, thank you guys so super much for watching. And, yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have a great spring break. Hope you guys have a great month. And, hopefully I'll be a lot more consistent now. Now that my busy schedule has become a lot less busy. And again, to everybody who's, you know, messaged me, you know, or like responded to me on Twitter, Discord, Instagram, or whatever, thank you guys so super much for understanding that, you know, I've just been super busy. I haven't had time to focus on YouTube. There, you know, pretty much, give or take a couple people, 1 or 2 people, everybody's just understood, you know, like what's been going on with my life, and, you know, they can relate. They're like, yo, you're good, dude, you know, you're fine. you know, focus on your dance and, you know, focus on you. And just thank you guys. It means a lot to me that you guys are so supportive of my endeavors, and yeah, it means a ton. It means the world to me that you guys can relate, basically. So and you know, yeah, just a sincere thank you all so very much for understanding what's been going on. And without further ado, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. So, peace out, mates!